Hello, intuitive friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. I am doing this as a live stream, so pardon the checking there of the mic there, but yeah, of the stream, I should say. But yeah, if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box. All my information is down below. I want to thank you, my intuitive friends, my new viewers, my subscribers and visitors alike. I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in the October readings, those are up already. The couple readings, of course, I'm doing those now. If you're watching this after the live stream, just go straight to the time stamp below. For those of you that are watching this live, there aren't any timestamps yet, but there will be right after this readings. Okay. So check out the October readings. I also have an important reading focusing on what you don't see coming, the unexpected messages, October, November, December. That's under the bonus playlist. So take a look at that as well. The singles reading, you guys have a pick a card coming up. Okay. I want to say October 4th. I want to say it's coming out Saturday. Of course, I will place a post on the community post. Okay. So no worries about that. Just check out if you're interested in that. That being said, we have pick a card readings that are also coming out soon. Literally in a couple of days. I think there's going to be back-to-back pick a cards. One is going to be focusing about the lessons learned in 2025 and what may be unfolding after that, and the pick a card reading for the singles collective. So there's lots there for you to take a look through. But today I'm going to be channeling messages focusing on the couples reading. Okay, so Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, of course, each of you are going to have, or each of those groups are going to have their own timestamps, so no worries about that. But yeah, after the reading, you could look down below in the description box and then you'll see the timestamps for each. All right, that being said, let's jump into the reading here. We're going to start with Gemini, and then it's going to be followed up by Libra. All right. And then after Libra, we have Aquarius. Okay. By the way, if you're interested in the sun signs, in the fire signs or the earth signs, those are already up. I'll be focusing on the air signs today, as well as the water signs. Okay. All right, intuitive friends, let's jump straight into the reading. And we're going to start with Gemini. Hi, Gemini, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are a Gemini sun, moon, rising, or if you have Gemini in other placements on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, partnerships, relationships, marriage, and connections, and those would be your Venus. Okay, so if you are a Gemini Venus, a Gemini Juno, a Gemini in your 5th house, or a Gemini in your 8th house, then these messages are also for you. Now, these messages are for you and for your significant other, okay? Your partner, significant other, spouse. It's a mutual reading. So that's for you, Gemini. Let's jump into the reading. Let's see what may be potentially unfolding for you, Gemini, and your partner here potentially in the month of October. Okay, now this deck that I am shuffling here for you, Gemini, they have messages on both sides of the cards. All right, I will be channeling the message that's going to be pointing towards me, not the message that's pointing towards you. Okay, while you're watching this. So let's see here what's coming through for you. Thank you so much, intuitive friends, for your thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section if these messages resonate for you and your partner during the month of October. Let's see what's coming through. All right, and we have here, Gemini, Dance of Souls. Be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. Interesting, because I'm getting here the two hearts, obviously you and your partner, but I'm also seeing this intuitively as the two hearts, meaning Gemini, your duality, right? Two hearts, like twins. So very, very interesting here. Look at that. All right, so here on this card, you see two people very much connected, um, energetically connected. Okay, there's a lot of hearts all over. So there's a lot of love here that's coming through in this reading. That could be, a reignited passion between you and your your partner. There's a deeper sense of a connection. There could be deeper bonds, reignited passion. Dancing of the souls, it's the bonding also, because remember, souls is more, it's deeper than just superficial. So there could be more of this bonding energy between you and your partner. Not only that, but if you take a look at the picture here, these two people here have their, not only do they have their arms wrapped around each other, but both their heads are kind of like tilted towards each other, right? They're tilted forward towards each other. So I do feel here, Gemini, that in the month of October, you may feel more like you and your partner are more like-minded. Okay, there could be more of this leaning into each other's strengths, allowing yourself to feel more vulnerable. I also feel here mindsets might be similar, and even if they're not similar, even if there's like a huge like um difference here, I feel that it's like really trying to understand your partner's perspective and your partner trying to understand your perspective as well. So I do feel here the strengthening of the minds. Okay. So you sharing your opinion, your partner sharing their opinion. I feel here a bit of a lot of compromising here. Okay. So very nice, especially because Gemini, you are ruled by Mercury. And Mercury will be going in retrograde November 6th, all the way through November. Oh, is it 6th or is it 9th? I want to say it's November 9th through the 29th. Now, although November 9th may seem far away from right now, obviously October, that may not be the case, because there are times when the retrogrades are felt a week to 2 weeks before the actual retrograde occurs, right? So that means there may be this, this may be felt for you in October as opposed to just only November. All right. All right, Gemini, let's see what else. Be vulnerable with your two hearts and intertwine. So allow yourself, Gemini, as well as your partner, allow yourself to lean into your yin energy and not so much your logical, analytical mindset. Okay? Because remember, swords energy, especially when we're talking about the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords, okay? Whichever you may want to relate to. It's not about gender, it's about energy, yang energy, and mastery, and that proactive nature with the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, more of the yin energy, leaning into intuition, but also their very much mastery in logical analytical tactics as well. So whichever of those two you may feel that you lean towards, right? This is talking about allowing yourself to feel also, not just logically, rationally lean into only that side. Okay. So something flipped over. Ooh, and this says soulmate. Now this is beautiful here. Gemini, because the dance of the souls, again, like I said, it's not superficial, it's going deep into the core of your connection. And as I mentioned earlier, this card has hearts all over. All that red background that you see is actually really tiny little hearts all over. So again, there's this vulnerability that may be that may be emphasized for you and your partner here in the month of October, and both of you allowing yourselves to really lean in your yin energy and get out of the logical, rational, analytical type of energy. Okay. There could be also more increased passion, attraction, and drive towards your partner and your partner towards you. Because remember, this is a mutual reading. You have here with soulmate, you have found your romantic counterpart, right? I feel that emotions here are going to be running high. And just letting you know that there could also be here an increase fertility. Okay, fertility, pregnancy. Just be aware that all that ignited passion. Okay, read between the lines, fill in the blanks. You already know what I'm saying here. Okay, so I don't want to tip YouTube's situation over here. So you already know what I'm talking about. Girl with the snake. Okay. Now, snakes in this deck, this is about an energy. Okay. It could be a person. It could be a third party energy or a third party person. Girl with the snake or person with the snake. While you two lovebirds may be increasing and emphasizing and expanding in regards to your passion, your attraction, and that beautiful inspiration towards your connection, there may be someone looking from afar here, whether it's from your end, okay, Gemini, someone from your past, or there could be someone from your partner's past that may be looking in from afar with this sense of jealousy or envy. Okay. So just be aware of this third party energy. Now, does it have to be someone specifically from your past or their past? No, it could be. It could also be anyone in your social circle. So it could be your friends, family, loved ones, maybe their friends, family, loved ones. Okay. But there is this energy here of just being aware, okay, that there could be someone here from afar, um maybe not hoping and wishing all this beautiful energy continues to expand, this passion, this attraction, and this love. Okay, especially if there are partners here, whether it's you or your person who may have someone who they either share a child with or may have a connection here with someone from their past or recent past. Okay. So those social media platforms and whatever you may be posting, there could be someone watching on your end or in your partner's end, whether that's just officially saying, hey, we're together, or whether it's sharing beautiful moments within the connection or some milestones. Just giving you the heads up on that. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through here for you, Gemini, and your partner. And you have yes, fitting into place, coming together, united. There may be here a this energy here of expansion. For some of you, expanding your horizons here now that you have a significant other, or if this is a season's connection here, it's like things are feeling good. They may be feeling good in the month of October. Things may be falling into place. Just be aware that Mercury is going to be in retrograde November 9th. So maybe towards the ending of October, things may start feeling a little rocky, or in the month of November, where there is a higher tendency of misunderstanding or high tensions here or triggers, okay? Only because Mercury rules you, Gemini, as well as it rules Virgo. So just keep aware of that. planetary shift in astrological fact. Okay. That being said, everything feels really good here for the both of you. I do feel that there may be someone, like I said, whether on your end or your partner's end, feeling like, a little jealous, like the attention is going in a different direction, or there could be someone here who just doesn't wish the very best in your connection with your partner or your partner's side with you, or however that may be. But all in all, I feel there's going to be a really great united front. Like I said, just be aware that there could be here a potential here for increasing the family here with pregnancy, adoption, blending of families, and so forth. That being said, Gemini, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and your support. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section if these messages resonate with you and your partner. Up next, we have Libra. But in the meantime, for those of you that are watching, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. If you're interested in learning more about me, well, it's easy. Just look down below in the description box. You will have links there. And if you want to join me during the free 5-minute mini readings that I do only for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, then feel free to subscribe now. Now, also, remember to turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts so that when I am doing a live reading, you are notified. Okay? All right. Up next, we have Libra. Libra is actually coming up next. All right. And here we go. Hi, Libra, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are a Libra sun, moon, or rising, or if you have Libra on other placements on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, connections, and partnerships, such as Libra Venus or Libra Juno or Libra 5th house or Libra 8th house on your astrological natal chart, then these messages are also for you, Libra, and for your significant other, partner, connection. Okay. Now, Libra, these cards, or this deck, I should say, that I'm shuffling here has messages on both sides, which is the reason why you saw me divide and turn. Now, the message that I will be channeling is a message that will be focusing in my direction. Okay. All right. So, Libra, thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, and your support here on the channel. Don't forget to take a look at your October readings, monthly readings, the pick a card readings. There's so much on the channel. Just keep a look. Just keep your eye out on the at the playlist. There's lots there for you to choose from. Okay. All right, Libra, let's see what's coming through here in regards to you and your partner. What is the overall energy here that may be unfolding for you and your partner in the area of love? And you have here swept away, caught up in the romance, or clearing out emotions. Okay. There could be one or two things happening here. All right. Number one, more of this strengthening of emotions between you and your partner and you. All right. So it could feel very similar here to Gemini. Gemini just had a really good reading there where it was just like the strengthening of the connection that could be happening here for potentially here unfolding for you and your partner in the month of October. The other side of it could be here, like the other side of the scale here could be, yes, there could be this feeling here of being swept away, your emotions, right? Or your partner's emotions. There's this high level here of love, falling in love, that honeymoon stage, feeling more emotionally connected. But others of you may find it a little bit of a rocky October or a challenging one. And what could be unfolding here for the other Libras here and their partners could be the clearing out of emotions, meaning that there may be times where there could be here a disagreement or different points of view being shared here, potentially in the month of October. And you, Libra, and your partner here hashing things out, working through that little spot there of that turbulence here, or that tension that could be potentially rising in the month of October. Now, this does make a lot of sense because, first of all, if you missed the messages focusing on what you may not see coming, the unexpected messages, take a look in the bonus message playlist. They're there. Now, I talk a lot there about what could be unfolding within the next 3 months, the last 3 months of 2025, October, November, December. Take a look at that if you haven't after you watch this. But the reason why I'm mentioning that is because Mercury is going in retrograde November 9th all the way through November 29th. So it's going to start during Scorpio season. It's going to end during Sagittarius season, the 9th to the 29th. Now, why am I bringing that up about November when this message is about October? Because there are times where you feel that retrograde energy, that Mercury going against its own rotation, in that tension may be felt a week to 2 weeks before the actual retrograde. Okay. So some of you, depending on other placements on your astrological natal chart, could be feeling that retrograde a little bit early, which, if that's the case, it makes sense that you have here clearing out emotions. Okay. So, again, this is a general reading, and some of you may feel that increased devotion, love, and connection, like you're bonding, you're gelling so much better here in October. And others of you may feel that there may be a little bit of tension as the month progresses, okay, as we get closer to the ending of October, okay? All right, let's take a look here, Libra. What else is coming through for you and your partner? Let's see what else is coming through for you and your partner. You have here new love. Now, new love, it's about the spark, the inspiration. Some of you here may be really fairly new in your connection. What do I define fairly new? 6 months or less. You may still be in the honeymoon phase of your connection. All right. So everyone is still, trying to have that representative, in the connection there. Okay. They're trying to, you're showing your best self. Okay. Others of you here, you may have been in your connection for quite some time. And again, I feel that there's going to be this sense of increased romance. Remember, it says caught up in the romance, followed up by this card here of clarity saying, stir up your romantic feelings. So there could be this more of a mutual chemistry, mutual attraction, more bonding, especially you, Libra, because you have your ruler is Venus, okay? Just like Taurus, your Venus there could be, they're in, heightening that type of energy here. But I do feel, again, it looks good. It looks like it's more lovey-dovey here. You may feel more of that being swept off your feet type of energy, okay? For those of you who are starting a new connection here, like I said, the honeymoon phase, very well here, 6 months or less, you're feeling really good. All right, the connection is feeling really good. All right, let's take a look here at what else is coming through for you. The potential unfolding here for you, Libra, as well as your partner. And you have here faith and hope, firm choice, peaceful waiting, divine guidance. All right, so for those of you who are going to be, remember, there are two distinct energies here for Libra. Okay, very interesting because Gemini is more of that duality, but for whatever reason, maybe you have Gemini, maybe you're a Gemini Venus, right? Or a Gemini in other placements. But with swept away, it says caught up in the romance. Like I said, ignited passion, more chemistry, more attraction. There's this sense of like things are really good. Maybe you have been as a couple praying, wishing, hoping to find your significant other, your twin flame, soulmate, this person that you feel a soul to soul connection. For some of you, you are starting that type of connection here, and it's unfolding for you in October. Now, others of you, like I said, depending where those placements are, okay, you may be feeling that retrograde that's happening on the 9th, 2 weeks before November 9th. So there may be here this other energy that's coming through where it says clearing out emotions. So the clearing out of emotions here, there may be some choices that will be discussed or taken a look at. There may be some conversations here that if you placed in the back burner, may be coming right back to the front burner. There's this energy here where something needs to be discussed, something needs to be taken a look at. Others of you are going to tap into your patience. You're going to try to resolve this in a peaceful way. You're going to allow things to flow and grow. Okay. So through the turbulent times, you're going to hang on, buckle up, and allow things to flow and grow. There may be here a lot of patience and waiting for something to feel like it's once, that like it's connected once again between you, Libra, and your partner. But there is this energy here where through it all, as long as both of you are equally committed to really place the effort and the consistency along here in your connection, that you may be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, you may be seeing the bright side of that, bumpy road potentially here that may be unfolding for some of you in the month of October. So this is a very beautiful energy because it's all about the faith and hope, and it's about both of you making the choices needed in order to improve the connection. Okay. All right. So this deck also that I am shuffling here is also a deck that has messages on both ends of the card. All right. So I will be channeling the messages that are facing me. Okay. I was going to say that are focusing on me. No, not that they're not going to be focusing on me. They're going to be facing me though. But we'll see what's coming through here, Libra and your partner. Now, don't forget, Libra, to take a look at the other readings that I have here for all the other signs and see if you find your partners, and again, see what messages are coming back. Now, listen to this. It says, no, comes back to bite you. Bitter taste goes sour. Okay. Now, remember about that Mercury that's going in retrograde November 9th that you may potentially feel here in the month of October between you and your partner towards the end of October. This is saying here there may be some clearing out of emotions, conversations. Okay, remember that I said that there could be something in the back burner coming back to the front burner and having to have a deeper discussion here about something that either doesn't feel quite right or something here that both of you need to chime in on. So it's not a one, even if it deals more with one person, eventually, like I always say, if it affects one person in the connection, it affects both people in the connection. No matter if it was the past or recent past. Like there could be things here, Libra, that have no connection between you and the person you're with in this partnership, but influence the person. Vice versa could be the case. There could be things on your partner's end, has nothing to do with you, Libra, but because you are in a connection, what affects one person impacts the other. And that's what I'm getting here, where as you may be clearing emotions here or finding some sort of compromise or negotiating some type of idea, compromise, mediation here in regards to a conversation, in regards to a mindset here or a perspective. Guess what? Be careful what you say. Both of you, be careful of what you say, because there could be something here being rehashed from the past or recent past. So be careful what you say in October, because later on it might bite you fill in the blank, especially because Mercury is going to go full into retrograde November 9th through the 29th. So it might come back up either November or in December, 2 weeks into December. Okay. So, especially if there's an argument here or a disagreement or not seeing something eye to eye, think before you speak, think before you do, because any actions or conversations or comments may be brought back later. And I feel that has a lot to do with that Mercury in retrograde energy. So, there could be, either you or your partner bringing up, oh, yeah, but you remember when you said fill in the blank. Okay, so that could be brought up later. So just be aware of what is agreed upon, compromised, discussed, talked about, and make sure you remember, because again, there could be here this type of remember when you said or remember when you promised type of energy here. That being said, Libra, that's all that I have here for you. Don't forget to drop a rose in the comment section if these messages resonate with you and your partner throughout the month of October. That being said, thank you so much, Libra, for your love, your support, and your loyalty, and I'll see you soon. Up next, we have Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius is up next. But in the meantime, as I place these cards back into the deck, I want to thank those of you who are my new subscribers, my viewers, my visitors, and my current subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you for your love, your support, and your loyalty to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share my YouTube channel link with like-minded souls. I do want to remind you here, intuitive friends, that the October monthly readings are already in the messages. Oh, I'm sorry, in the monthly messages playlist. So if you are interested in that, take a look at that. I also want to mention here, intuitive friends, as we're preparing for what's the next sign? Aquarius. As we're preparing for Aquarius here, that's going to be up next. I do want to mention that I did a What You Don't See Coming message series for all the signs, Aries all the way to Pisces, okay, where I channel messages focusing on what you may not see coming October, November, December. And the reason why that's important is because, of course, as always, every month there are planetary shifts and astrological events, but I just selected the three most important ones, okay? So you may want to take a look at that, as that message or those messages may influence the last 3 months of this year. Okay, so October, November, December, and those messages are under the bonus messages playlist. Okay, all right, let us go to Aquarius. And by the way, I did the couples readings for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, as well as Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So take a look at that in the couples playlist. All right, up next we have Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second-degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonial, or my credentials, just look down below in the description box. So, Aquarius, if you are an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or you're in Aquarius and other placements on your astrological natal chart that focus on love, marriage, partnerships, connections, relationships, and those would be Aquarius Venus, or Aquarius Juno, or Aquarius in your 8th house on your astrological natal chart, or Aquarius in your 5th house on your astrological natal chart. Then these messages are both for you, Aquarius, and your significant other. Okay, your soulmate, twin flame, your partner, your spouse, however you may title your connection. All right, that being said, Aquarius, let's take a look here at what may be potentially unfolding for both you, Aquarius, as well as your partner in the area of love and partnerships here for both of you together in the month of October, okay? So let's take a look here what's coming through for Aquarius and their partner. Now, this deck that I am shuffling here, Aquarius, has messages both on the side that's going to be facing you as well as on the side that's going to be facing me. And this is just letting you know I'm going to be channeling the one that's facing me, okay? All right, so let's take a look what's coming through. And we have here, wild at heart, a desire for freedom leads to running away again. All right. So, Aquarius and your partner, there may be a little bit of this energy here. This little bit of a tug of war is how this is coming across, okay? Energetic tug of war. All right. What do I mean by that? This could be very easily a situation, circumstance, or an event that may challenge you and your partner. It may challenge your feeling of independence as well as your feeling of being together. It's like there's a fine line here between that energy. There may be things here that, you know, you may say, "Oh, well, I'm going to make that decision." And you go ahead and either you make that decision or you go ahead with a certain specific plan, and you may not have spoken about it with your partner. And so, or vice versa, this could be your partner doing that and not talking to you about it. Again, this could be potential unfolding. And what this is talking about is it's going to put into question this conversation or disagreement or just airing out the ideas of, well, if we are together in an exclusive connection or whatever type of relationship you have going on, if we are together, why are you not, asking my opinion or seeing how I would feel about it? Or how about, why didn't you invite me? You decided to just make the decision on your own, or why didn't you consult me? So there could be that type of, like, again, independence versus, it's like that we and me type of energy. Okay. And there may be a little bit of talking about or redefining here those areas. Okay. When should I include my partner? When should I just go ahead and do it on my own? Right. And that's something here that may be opening up as a point of discussion between you and your partner here, Aquarius, in the month of October. Like, for example, there may be some things that are exclusively just you, just your, you know, only deals with you, right? And there could be other things that may just only deal with your partner. So, again, finding that balance there in regards to those conversations. So, while that heart is the desire for freedom, so wanting to, do something on your own or make your own decision about something, but remembering here that if it's a partnership, how are you defining that we component versus the me component? Okay, let's take a look here at what else is coming through for you. And by the way, it may get a little choppier here as October, as it gets closer to the ending of October because of that Mercury in retrograde. Okay, Mercury in retrograde coming in November 9th through the 29th, starting during Scorpio season, ending during Sagittarius season. And, when Mercury is in retrograde, it just means it's going against its normal rotation. So there may be possible tension in the areas that Mercury influences, such as communication, travel, the clarity of the mind, okay, being able to see or look at something from a clear mindset, all right? And of course, that could intensify depending on other placements that you may have on your astrological natal chart, especially Gemini and Virgo, because those two signs are ruled by Mercury. Okay. So usually those energies, especially if you have strong placements like I do, I have strong Mercury placements, you may feel that shift or that retrograde energy starting a week to 2 weeks before November 9th, okay? So again, just keep that in the back of your mind. We have here attraction. So that's beautiful. Attraction, seeing life through rose-colored glasses. It says, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. All right. So again, an opportunity for you to blossom and grow in your connection, even if the growth is being confronted through a challenge. And sometimes that is how, connections grow further. It's not just about looking at life through rose colored glasses and thinking everything's going to go hunky dory, everything's beautiful, birds tweeting and birds chirping, and, everything is always in this hot energy. No, sometimes there needs to be a discussion, having an open discussion about something, right, that isn't feeling quite right. And that challenge or that tension may allow both of you to realize, well, listen, I guess we need to talk about that, right? We need to come to some resolution. So this is saying here that even if there is a potential tension or a potential unfolding where there may be a little bit of that challenge where you're both kind of in a way challenging in a healthy way, each other's beliefs. Again, the we bubble versus the me bubble. This is talking about, at the end of it, still being very much attracted to your partner and wanting to continue here this pleasant growth of your connection, even if you are a seasoned connection. Okay. And especially if you are an early connection, meaning you just met maybe 6 months or less. And for those of you who are seasoned, who've been with your partner for years. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through here for you both, Aquarius. And you have here coffee cup. All right. Meeting, talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendship. Look at that. Validation, confirmation, communication is going to be super important here for you, Aquarius, and your partner. Okay. Especially if you are building or rebuilding something here within your connection. All right. Especially if it's a brand new connection, a lot of talking here as well. For the seasoned connections, again, there's the building of, again, we versus me. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. So far, this is a beautiful reading. Don't worry about the fact that it says, wild at heart, a desire for freedom leads to running away again. Okay, making sure here, Aquarius, as well as your partner, that when it gets a little tough and rough in regards to some topics of conversation here that may be a little challenging, there may be a knee-jerk reaction here to want to walk away from the conversation, want to leave the conversation, whether it's hanging up, storming out of the house, saying, I don't want to talk about it, giving the cold shoulder, giving the silent treatment. Remembering here that although there are times that is actually a good thing, because you may need to kind of settle down, wait for the dust to settle in order to continue to talk about a topic that is maybe here, really igniting the sense of temper and things like that, emotions are getting carried away, that's fine. But if that is being used, the walking away is being used to get out of an important conversation, or if the walking away, hanging up, leaving the house, the silent treatment, if that is being used to alienate your partner, or your partner putting you in isolation, let's put it that way. By the way, I'm a little bit congested. My allergies are killing me here. But there is the sense here of, if that's the case, it's like, okay, you can walk away, but when are we going to come back and have this conversation again? When are we going to come back and finish up what we just started talking about that may have gotten a little heated, right? So walking away, it's okay to allow tempers to lessen and to get back to your emotional grounding, right? But there will be here this type of energy where either you or your partner need to say, we need to come back to this conversation maybe tomorrow. Okay, so set a date in order for you to come back to that conversation so that it gets resolved. So there's a resolution, and then things can feel back, feel like they're getting back into the swing of things. Okay, so that coming through here for the both of you. All right, let's take our last and final card here, and let's see what may be potentially here unfolding between Aquarius and their partner. All right, and it says here, yes, fulfilling your desires, being refreshed, moving. Okay, there you go. Moving is feeling here like moving things forward. There may be a conversation here about moving, like either location, maybe a conversation here about relocating work, from one place of work to another place of work. This moving right down here, maybe talking about relocation, like physically relocating. This could also be talking about travel as well. So travel is coming through very strongly here as well. Maybe conversations about that, plans about that. Remember, coffee cup is here for the both of you meeting and talking about a specific situation here or something here within your connection. It says fulfilling your desires. Remember that I said at the top of the reading, there is this, I'm seeing two bubbles, which is why I keep going back to this point here. Okay, symbolically, the we bubble, meaning Aquarius and your partner and Aquarius, that's the we bubble, versus the me bubble, whether that's your partner just thinking about themselves or you, Aquarius, only thinking about yourself, because there may be something that just is only about you. It's not really about everyone else, right? And how this is coming across is making sure that you are being able to fulfill both sides here of this partnership, both the we and the me, right? How are you able to balance that off here in the month of October? And that may require here validation, confirmation, yet again, conversations. It may require here for both of you to share your emotions. Feelings may feel elevated. You may feel like, hey, listen, we've been together for so long. I just assumed that I could fill in the blank. And your partner's saying, well, yeah, we've been together for a long time, but that doesn't mean that you go ahead and make a decision without me. And again, that could be vice versa here. So that's that energy that I'm feeling here. Now, it's not, it's still saying here there are two people who are equally attracted to each other, that have that chemistry with each other. But there's an awareness here that there could be here either a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, or going back to the first card that came out here, Wild at Heart, a desire for freedom leads to running away again. And by the way, there's a motorcycle here, okay, moving in the direction of the near future. If there is so much of a point of contention here between the both of you, where the we and the me are just not balancing themselves out, there could be here a possible conversation about that here, potentially in the month of October. Okay, are we still together? Are we working as a team? Or is there a feeling here where, although there is a lot of love and respect for each other, are we still moving in the same trajectory towards the same goal? And if not, then having that conversation here. And that is the energy here that could potentially be here unfolding for you, Aquarius, as well as your partner. Aquarius, I hope these messages have been insightful. Drop a rose in the comment section if you feel that these messages have resonated for you and your partner throughout the month of October. Till then, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bells and all alerts, and come visit during those free 5-minute mini live readings that I give for those of you who are subscribers to the channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.